And welcome back to the Unfiltered podcast. We trust that you had a great 4th of July. We're glad to be back with you. Thanks for coming along for the ride. As always, my name is the Keb.
And I'm J. Joe. What's up, fuckers?
St. Joe in the hizzy.
Yeah.
And we're back at you. Sorry about last week. We had some unforeseen circumstances. The Kev had got the COVID.
The dirty
feeling
Rona.
feeling a little under the weather last week. But I hope you enjoyed. We hope you enjoyed the best of again, and the second one. We're very glad we don't have to give you the first one. How was you guys' fourths?
Mine was good. I actually was off work for once, which is really weird in my world to actually be off work at all. But I was off, so I actually didn't do anything except sit there and wonder how long and how late people are going to fire off fireworks. It ended up being about 2 a.m. So
Nice.
It wasn't bad.
Nice. I learned that the rednecks around here have nothing. There ain't no recession around here, brother. They must have saved up their money, and for 3 days straight, they have blown off fireworks.
Oh, brother!
So,
in Texas, they were nuts. When I lived in Texas, you'd be amazed at what some of them hillbilly trailer dudes could come up with for fireworks. These guys are firing cannons off docks over the lake that are firing off things brighter than any flare gun in the military could ever hope to attain. Incredible what people come up with. But my favorite's still the black cats, the string of black cats throw them on your grandma, watch her piss and shit herself. Yeah.
Yep.
So where my house is positioned, Jay, I'm about 10 minutes from downtown and about 10 minutes from this place called the Avenues Mall. Okay. And in Jacksonville, they shoot fireworks off. It's so big that they shoot 945 fireworks off at 5 different places. And 2 of them are downtown and the Avenues Mall, which are about 20 minutes away from one another. And I'm smack in the middle. My fucking house last night at about 10 o'clock sounded like fucking war zone day at fucking Fort Benning.
You were on the Mason-Dixon line.
Jesus.
Up in it's the same way for the people up in New York that live on the Hudson. They put 6 or 7 floating barges out there full of fireworks. And that show doesn't go 10, 15 minutes with a big grand finale. That thing goes on for like 40 minutes. And there's helicopters and planes and shit flying around, and you can see it from anywhere. I mean, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty cool.
So cool. Last night when it's all going off, have you guys ever seen the movie Team America World Police?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So it's all going off. And I turn to my wife and I play that song, America, fuck yeah.
Oh, she had to love it. I mean, you said earlier with the COVID, and about a month ago, I was sick. First time I'd been sick in probably 10 years, not even a cold, anything. And I went to the doctor many times. No COVID. PCR test, no COVID. But it's been a month to the day, and I still am coughing. And I hope the people that listen to the show don't hear it as much, because I try to mute my microphone when I'm coughing, but it's ridiculous. I hope that it's a better experience for you, Kev, because, I mean, other than that, it was like, I felt like I had a kind of a serious cold. Didn't knock me out, but, I mean, God, this cough is killer. But then again, they said it wasn't COVID. So who knows, but.
I think my symptoms were low. I got the 2 vaccination shots, not the booster, but the 2 vaccination shots. And before everybody out there starts with their political nonsense, I got it because maybe just maybe they don't let people that aren't vaccinated into, I don't know, comedy clubs. And things of that nature. But from what I understand, and from the limited YouTube and Wikipedia research that I did, this strain of it is highly contagious, yet doesn't last as long. Right. And so if it didn't last any long, I'm like, I'm going on. This is my 8th motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still testing fucking positive. And I'm about fucking done with it to where I'll go to Walmart and just start blowing on people.
I mean, I don't mind. I don't care what people say. I'm vaccinated, got the 2 vaccinations, and I'm boosted twice. And I, my buddy from work came back from Italy just this week. Matter of fact, his first day was back today. He's at work. We're sitting here talking and bullshitting about how awesome Italy is. And he went to the Vatican and he saw the chapels and Michelangelo and everything. He was just talking about it and how about great it was. We're sitting here blabbing and his wife calls and says, honey, I just tested positive for COVID.
Oh, geez.
I'm like, good God, it's making a pretty heavy comeback up here, which is ridiculous. But nobody wants to hear us talk about that.
It is here too.
I wanted to tell you guys, normally we do the stupid tweet of the week, and it's probably my favorite segment that we do just because I find it so funny. But until probably, I don't know, a year ago when I first started listening to the Unfiltered, and I remember maybe it was before you guys did you guys always have a website?
No, that's probably what
you had Twitter first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys had the Twitter, and that's excuse me. I always had Twitter. I never used it. I mean, I never went on it, and then I started getting on there for your guys' stuff. And anyway, on occasion, I'll find myself going down an extreme rabbit hole into the Twitterverse of fuck, and I totally had a different segment planned today, but I have to do this one. So
what did you call it one time? You called it a first class ticket to fuckland,
which is a very good description. It might be my finest moment, but no, yes, that's what I call it. And it's the truth. I mean, I've had a first class ticket, excuse me, since, and but I was sitting there, scrolling through shit. I don't even know what I was looking at. And I come across this thing from this girl named Erica, and I'm going to try to do their Twitter handles so that if people want to go look at them, they can. But her Twitter handle is, it's Erica, but spelled out EERRRIIICAA.
Really That's not weird. Confusing or anything.
Nah, but she says, hey, please tell me your embarrassing sex story so that I feel better. I just thought about the first time a few years ago when a guy went down on me and we made eye contact and I waved at him a cute little wave for some reason, which I would find incredibly hilarious if I happened to be the fella down there and it's like, hi, how you doing? I don't know if I look up or not. Anyway, but the responses are what was really great. And this response came from incredibly fitting. I was on the roof of a car and he went down on me. I made a move that dead ass pushed this motherfucker off the car. And I saw the look in his eyes when we went over the edge. It looked like Mufasa. And was for a split second, I thought I killed him. Nope. Just broke his ankle. I'd like to have a broken ankle. And a lot of these aren't even really sex. I mean, it's a oral sex. But and by the way, precursor, because I'm friends with the Beebs. I'm sorry, Beebs. I know he is sensitive about the sexual topics. And as much as I say go fuck yourself to everyone because I believe in it, I'm sorry, Beebs, if this is giving you the cringy, you put your face over your, the palmings that he always gives the Kev. But Medusa writes in response to Erica.
How do you spell that?
Medusa.
Oh, natural spelling.
And they wrote, excuse me, I'm sorry, anybody, I'm coughing, but it says, one time I was super drunk and fell backwards into a guy's wall and legit busted a hole in his living room. Then he ghosted me, so I didn't even pay that motherfucker for the damages. I can't believe she was going to pay for the damages. I don't know how that come up. My buddy Scooter that I talked about before, I broke his couch when we were roommates. Well, I don't know if it was me or the girl, but we broke the couch in his living room. And
doing what?
Oh, we were Indian leg wrestling with our clothes off with my penis inside her.
Okay.
It was awesome. Anyway.
It's in the details.
Yeah. So anyway, MF command. I guess it's motherfucking command, but it could be monstrous fucker command. I don't know. MF command. He writes, my first girlfriend and one of our first times. She comes on to me and I realize it's going to be more than just some making out this time. I have to pee real bad. I insist several times that I have to go pee, and she insists, no, it's okay. You can wait. Let's do this. So I go to pull out and nut on her, and I peed out most of my bladder, and it was all over her before I could stop.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think what that'd be like, and I couldn't. Now, I have had most guys remember when they were a kid, that's when they find out the real definition of torque. When they wake up in the morning with that morning wood and you got to pee, and you're doing a handstand in the bathroom. It's real. So you can pee with a boner, but it's not ideal. And Kat responds, one time a guy came in like 30 seconds, and I left and gave him a high five and said, go get him next time, Tiger. I just want to know, how does a guy last that long? 30 seconds. God
That's fucking
bless.
long, man.
That's a long time. This next name really kind of got me. Pumpkin Spice Coochie.
Ooh.
This might be one that St. Joe needs to follow.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Spice Coochie.
I hate everything pumpkin spice.
So Pumpkin Spice Coochie. I didn't even go to her page and look, but I can only imagine the kind of shit this woman spits out.
How do you spell it? Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin Spice Coochie. Can you find her?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking try.
While you're finding her, oh God, she writes, a guy I was dating freshman year dumped me while he was nutting on my face. Some got into my eye, and I had pink eye for almost 2 months. To this day, my friends still call me Pinky.
How does that conversation go?
Fuck you.
I think we should see other people.
But not you. I'm going to close your eyes. I'm going to see other people. You're not going to see nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not even going to see me in a minute as I leave.
Want to see a magic trick?
Disappear, bitch. I'm a Rocky, writes. Once I was having sex in the kitchen. This is a girl, by the way. I figured it out afterward. I read a couple of her tweets. Once I was having sex in the kitchen. I was flipping the tortillas and he was doing his thing. I ended up banging my head on the stove vent and I started bleeding all over. But I didn't burn the tortillas. Wow. That's commitment.
Wow. That is commitment.
That's like she must be a fan of the Raiders. That's commitment to excellence right there. Wow. I mean, I'm down for, crazy fun places to entertain, but I mean, how bad or good? I mean, this woman's flipping tortillas and cooking a meal while her guy's getting it.
At least she wasn't cooking bacon.
Yeah. I mean, that could have been dangerous.
That level of talent is at superhero level.
I agree. I completely agree. This next person's name, I don't really know how to say. I mean, Valor, spelled Valar, and Morgulis. Valor Morgulis. This person says, she said I must just sit and watch on my birthday while she's doing herself. It was candlelight dark. I'm a cop. She grabbed my taser instead of her vibrator.
Oh, gee.
You want to talk about a ride? Ride the lightning. SW tweets, it was her first time ever, and my first time in like 3 years. After she came, it was pretty awkward for both of us. I still don't know why the hell I did this. But after she came, I pressed my index against her clit and said, ding dong.
What?
Oh, boop. Anyway, this girl's name is Maybe Katie, which is kind of weird. She says,
might be Katie. Maybe.
Maybe. Call me maybe. She says, my first blowjob. The guy came in my mouth and I was fully prepared to swallow. But then he goes, doesn't it just taste like babies? That's pretty bad with the whole political climate today.
Yeah,
But
yes.
hey, that brings me to this question, and we're going to get some hate on this, and I'm sorry, boys.
Oh boy.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
Cool. Well, I live my life hated.
What? Are we going to be outlawed from busting random nuts? I mean, we're killing babies. Well, I guess we're not killing babies, but we're killing an essential part.
You know,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what the Supreme Court thinks about my nuts, but I hope they think about them. Morgs tweets. This guy went down on me one time, and I was really sleepy. And I fell asleep while he was down there doing his thing. Firsthand, he wasn't any good at it. I accidentally sleep farted in this motherfucker's face and jerked back and screamed. He jumped back and screamed, oh my God, I felt the wind. That's disgusting.
Yes. Yes.
I've actually had a woman fart in bed while we were doing the deed. And I just acted like it didn't happen.
Yeah, man.
Just kept on going.
Be an adult about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, as long as no shit comes flying out, I'm all right.
Yeah.
That could happen, I guess. But last one, and then we'll get off this so Beebs can uncover his eyes. Satali writes, one time a guy went down on me and he blew a raspberry on my coochie. What the fuck?
Nice.
What are these guys doing?
Why?
And I don't understand. I mean, I was going to ask you guys, and if you can't talk about it, it's totally okay. I get it. You're both happily married men with amazing wives and families, but I'm not. What is your most crazy, fucked up sexual experience? St. Joe, don't talk about the priest. Don't talk about him.
He beat me to it.
This one summer at Boy Scout camp. No. That's a good question.
Has there just been so many experiences, or you just haven't had any like crazy ones? And I know you have to probably be careful to answer that.
There's been some good. I think probably let's just say that we returned a rental car with a questionably dented hood. So
nice.
Yeah, we just pulled off, and there was some damage to the car. So that's probably the biggest one. That was a good time.
Nice.
This didn't happen too long ago. We were house sitting for some people. And, after we're done house sitting for them, I called them back and said, hey, when you got home, everything okay? And they're like, yeah, but we could kind of tell. Did you have a party over here? No. Well, we could kind of tell that every fucking bed was slept in. Yeah. But I'll tell you this, that I'm not really reminded of the craziest. What sticks in my head are the ones that should have happened but didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I spend so much time telling my kids that the only risk that is the one that you don't take. And any guy, and real quick, but any guy who tells you that they do not have an older woman thing, is a fucking liar. Okay,
Story
any guy.
or fetish?
No, fetish.
Oh, okay.
You know, any fucking guy. You know, and when I was 22, I had a woman who was in a class that I was taking at the time invite me over to do homework. Okay. Keep in mind, I was 22. So I go over there and we actually did homework for about an hour, and then a light bulb went off in her head. She wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, which is probably why she invited me over there. Anyhow, so she's like, "Hey, I want to take you out." So we go out to this bar. It's about 8 o'clock at night. We close the sucker down. In Florida, that means 2. And I remember it very vividly. It was the first night that I'd ever had good tequila, you know, not
right.
like Cuervo or shit like that, but good tequila, you know, $10 shot tequila, shit like that. $10 now is nothing. It's probably Cuervo, but back in 1997, showing my age here, you know, $10 shots were a lot. Anyhow, so we fucking go back to her place. She's like, "You want to come in and watch a movie that I got from Blockbuster?" Again, showing my age. And so we put on Jerry Maguire. That's how long ago it was. Jerry Maguire was on VHS. That's how long ago it was.
Nice.
And anyhow, she's like, "You want a drink? All I got's vodka and OJ." So I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" It's fucking 2:30 in the morning. So she goes back into her room. She comes back out in a fucking robe, right? And starts to give me a back massage. What do? I got class in the morning. I got to go.
Nice.
I was fucking 22.
God.
Not a fucking day goes by where they're like, "Motherfucker."
Oh.
It reminds me of the old Wolf of Wall Street scene where she's like, "Oh, we're going to be friends?" Yeah, okay. And then they go back to their apartment. She goes back out. Well, this pulls over wide open, and she's like, "Here we go."
I mean, I talk to people all times about like buying signals and shit like that, and she's giving me like, you know, 150 of them. You know, number 1, she's tanked. 2, she's in a robe. 3, she's giving you a massage. What do? I gotta go. You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
needless to say that if I ever get a time machine, that day
you're going back. Okay.
That day
she lit up the runway and did everything except land the plane. Jesus.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the beautiful thing is that over at the Two Penny Podcast, we're always trying to gather some listeners. So if anybody wants to hear about my crazy sexual experience, tune in this Friday, and we're going to talk about some crazy sex this Friday on the Two Penny Podcast.
Lead in right there. I like it.
He's using the UNF pod as a big fat fucking commercial.
Wow, it's a goddamn trampoline, baby. Oh, yeah.
Cheap little plug right there. But
hey, I'm shameless. As you guys know, St. Joe really knows. I don't give a fuck.
Speaking of plugs, though, all right. So I'm gonna take that and run because you guys, when I was gone, had a guest on. So for the cup of Joe, I like that you did the cup of J. That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
But you had a couple of guests on that had the story time winner, I guess.
It's Pollyanna Amazing from the Buried Pleasures podcast.
That's right. That's right. That's who it was. Good job. And she was fascinating to me, and reminds me of one of my favorite movies. I think I sent you guys a little clip. Chasing Amy, great movie. Rounds up the old fisting very well, and it was very, very good story. So I wanted to follow that up with a little bit of research that I've kind of done to find out other objects, if you will, that you may have found in the human body. Here we go. Here we go. So, this is what I've come up with. So there was some of these boys. Oh, I mean, you can imagine there's going to be a lot of things in the ass, a couple things, but here we go. First one. a piece of Velcro inside of a prisoner's penis. He jammed it up there where it got stuck, and it was the third time that something like that happened in order to hide it. Now, I don't know why it would have been a piece of Velcro, not sure what it would have done, but a piece of Velcro inside of a penis, surgically removed.
What?
This one, a finger.
Why do you have to
wait,
paint
hold
us
on.
like this?
We got to talk about what
the
is
fuck did we do to you?
A piece of Velcro. I was trying to figure out what it would be.
I'm not gonna be able to go to the bathroom for like a fucking day.
A kidney stone, one thing. A piece of Velcro, not sure. Okay, this one. Oh,
what the fuck are you trying to hide? Putting a piece of Velcro.
What are guys doing in prison with Velcro? What do they want the Velcro for?
The question is it trying to get something out that may be further? I don't know. But either way.
This is why I could have never been a doctor, dude.
I know. Here's another great one. This one's great. Do you know what a fingerling potato is?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
for our listeners who may not know what a fingerling potato is, why don't you explain it?
Yeah, it's a smaller potato. So if you will, it's kind of like it'll make a little bit more sense in a second. So it is a smaller potato. A woman came in complaining of pain in her uterus, shockingly. She admitted that a few months ago, she and her boyfriend wanted to have sex, but didn't have a contraceptive. So they improvised and used a fingerling potato. By the time that she came in, it had taken root in her uterus, and you could see a leaf hanging out of her cervix. So it acted as a plug, so to speak, because it is smaller. And it had taken up root in her uterus.
No.
Yeah, on the scale of what's fucked up, though, the Velcro is still more fucked up than that.
Okay, all right. Well, we're getting there.
Velcro winning. I'm keeping tally. Velcro's winning.
This one could be my favorite, and now we're getting into the almost. You'll see. A swimming pool noodle in a man's rectum. My first night as an ER tech, a guy came in waddling through the ER. Once we got him back, he told us that he slipped while lounging in the pool. Slipped. And an entire pool noodle shoved up his ass. Yeah, I slipped. I slipped and this pool noodle accidentally went in my ass. Reminds me of Fusilli Jerry in the Seinfeld episode. Yeah, okay. I slipped and it just went there. Interesting.
A fucking pool noodle. Those things aren't fucking little.
7 inches it went
fucking,
up.
Fucking 3 inches around, man.
Yeah. Okay. If you think that's bad, here's the next one. We've all been to Bath and Body Works. I mean, let's not lie. We bought our wife something. We've done girlfriend, whatever. We bought, right? This guy comes in with a 3-wick candle. 3-wick candle lodged in his ass after slipping in the shower. Yeah.
What the fuck's a candle doing in the motherfucking shower? I get like bathtub, but what is a candle doing in the motherfucking shower?
I'm telling you what, I've fallen down hard. I've never fallen down so hard that a 3-wick candle's going in my ass. No. Something's going on.
Again, the circumference of these items, a 3-wick candle.
Yeah, that shit is huge.
I mean, that's a fucking cereal bowl.
Yep. There's I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Okay.
Please tell me fucking tires going up there next.
There was a screwdriver in a man's colon. Hanging out for about a month before he went in to get surgery, which is,
I don't know.
How do you do that? And here's my favorite part. The end of the quote goes, "It was a Phillips head screwdriver." Great.
You know,
Great.
the two doctors are talking to each other in surgery, and one of them's like, he's like, "Ooh, I found something." He's like, "What is it? A tumor?" Nah, it's a fucking Phillips head.
Yep. This one I have no. I'm just gonna read them. You guys tell me. My friend's mom was a nurse for many years, and she said the strangest thing. Keep in mind, this is the strangest thing she saw. The strangest thing she saw was a girl who came in because her boyfriend had stuffed her vagina full of potato salads.
What?
And that's the strangest thing she saw. What? Maybe he was hungry. Maybe he was saving it for later. I mean,
What?
I have no idea, man. Kev is going, wait a second. Let me think about the logistics of this.
You know, let me
Was
tell you
it
something.
was it mayonnaise based or mustard based? Potato salad.
Was it German potato salad?
You know,
Mustard based, mayonnaise based to have bacon in it.
Was it fully loaded?
She was.
Oh, she was. Oh my god, that
Lord
is
have
just
mercy.
wild, dude. Can you imagine that?
No, I
Somebody
can't.
gets willed in, and all of a sudden, what's wrong? Well, let me take a look. Holy shit, there's potato salad in here. Would have been worse if the nurse just says, "No, I'm a little hungry."
So,
Wow.
so far, this is a lot of proof that guys enjoy sticking more shit in their ass than girls do their vagina.
I mean, they will put it's proof to me that people will put anything. So, Kev, we're getting there.
How bored do you have to be to sit around and go, hey, I got a 3-wick candle and some potato salad. How about I shove this up there? Jesus Christ.
Kev said, how big can we get? Well, here we go. A butternut squash in a man's ass. That's
what?
it. A whole butternut squash. Wow, that's pretty big.
Christ.
He said he claimed to have been gardening naked at 12 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm buying that.
And then
how many times have you been at your house at 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, you know what, I just need to go do some hoeing, you know, out in the garden.
I'm just gonna step outside for a minute.
Yes, naked.
This one
by
here,
the way. I don't feel like wearing clothes. It's hot. It's the summer.
I had a patient who told us he put something up there and didn't know what it was. It looked very nondescript on the X-ray. I was able to sedate him and remove it in the ER. As per examined by myself and 10 other medical staff, we realized that it was a portable bicycle pump. What?
Wow.
I mean, maybe he wanted a little more air. I don't know. I mean, and the last one that I will leave you with, I do have one more actually after this, but this one, you thought the potato salad was bad? No. A cheeseburger. A cheeseburger in a woman's vagina.
Where from? Like Wendy's, Jack in the Box, Big Hood Burger?
I think it might have been from the McDonald's on San Jose.
Yeah, Hartley and San Jose. Fuck those guys.
I mean, what could you do? So then the last one that I found, which I think is hilarious,
is a tasty burger.
Is that Big Kahuna? Is that a Big Kahuna?
This is a tasty burger.
There was a dildo. Normal. Now this sounds perfectly normal.
I'm pro dildo, by the way.
Pro dildo.
Yeah, because it lets you sleep.
Dildo shoved in the ass, and then he went in to go get it with some tongs. Couldn't reach the dildo, went further, so then the tongs got stuck in his ass and had to go get it removed. So the dildo was in there with the tongs, and it's on the X-ray, and it's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious. So you can see the X-ray of the dildo way up there with the grabbing the tongs have the end of it, and the tongs are stuck in there. That it's just so, like you said, Jay. So what this has led me to believe is that people literally will go to the ends of the earth and shove anything where it doesn't belong. There was also a rat. We've heard the rat. Yeah, the guy put a condom over the rat's head so it would suffocate once it was in there. But then it bit through the condom and bit half his colon off.
Hell no.
I mean,
God.
Yeah, you'd be amazed at what you can find on the Google, which is was pretty crazy. I'm surprised that some of this came up, but yeah, and it's scary. A loaded gun, that was another one in the prison. The prison ones were probably kind of interesting. A loaded gun and a cell phone. That was
okay. That makes sense.
Cell phone, the cell phone makes sense. Yeah, drugs, multiple things of drugs and things like that. But
I'm sorry, Velcro wins.
Yeah, you think the Velcro is the weirdest one, huh?
I do too.
Yeah.
Like I think the reason why is because a couple of things. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. I'm going to have to do research now, which really pisses me off. And the second thing is, I've been very fortunate. Never had any, what do they call them? Kidney stones. I've never had to pass anything that, felt like it was exploding out of my dick or anything. But, and I've, all the STDs I've ever had, it's never been one that made my, any burning stuff. So
you've never had the penicillin or the swab up the old.
No, not yet. Yeah. I'll probably get it next week, but
that's not how they take the COVID test there.
No, that's in Florida only. What's funny is that on some of these tweets or that I was reading earlier, people wrote that is very Florida. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that state really gets me. But the Velcro. Can you imagine? I mean, Velcro. I've had Velcro, like depending on which side of the Velcro. There's the furry side, and then there's the hard, scratchy side.
Yeah, the loops, right?
And man, I'm telling you, there's no way and that doesn't feel good on like any skin, much less sticking that up your dick. First of all, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know how people are sticking stuff in the head of their dick. I understand that they can. I've had a catheter before. When I was young, I was at a car accident, and when I got to the hospital, they cathetered me or whatever they call it.
Sure.
And I remember that was not very enjoyable when they pulled it out.
Sure.
I don't remember them putting it in, but to stick stuff like that up there, I don't know how you even go about it. Now, are these guys are they putting it up the tube, or are they like hiding it in their foreskin? I don't happen to. I'm a domer.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would be. I don't know if I would ever have been, or will ever be that desperate. To say.
I hope not.
Look, here's this. Here's what I got to do.
Never have to. Yeah, I hope you never have to shove.
I just don't think I would ever go and I'd say, "Oh, where can I hide something?" Oh, I know. I don't think that's the number one hiding spot.
I'm just trying to think logistically. If you have Velcro, whether it be the fluffy or the scratchy part, up your dick, how do you pee?
Yeah. Well, you don't. I mean, I would think until you want to take it out.
Now you're risking your dick exploding.
Well, and what happens when you have one side in your Wang Chung and you get into prison and you start having sex with your bunkmate and he's got the other side in his butt?
I imagine you're taking it out.
And you stick it in there and you guys, the Velcro connects and now you can't get out of his butt.
I just want to know what it's for. I mean, that's the thing.
It got to be goddamn important, like Escape from Alcatraz, important shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
why would you need Velcro in prison?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't even know who to ask.
Right. I don't know what it would. I don't know what that would be 4, but that was.
Maybe we could ask Beebs. He was a 911 operator. I bet he's heard some weird shit.
It could be, but that was the 3rd time. So it's not like it was. It was important for some reason.
Commonplace. All right.
Well, if you're out there and you know why they would use Velcro in prison, and it'd be important enough to stuff down your dick, hit us at it's St. Joe UNF Pod.
I thought it was Reds of the West.
I want to know. I mean, I'm very curious now, but yeah, man, I thought that was crazy. That her story, it was great, and I thought that was fun, and it just led me to think, what else could be out there? And there's some crazy people out there. There are some crazy people out there. And yeah. I like freak shows, man, as much as everybody else. Like up your way, the Coney Island and all that. Those kind of freak shows, like that. I think it was great, but I don't want to meet any of these people that are putting 3-way candles anywhere. No.
They might approach you because you're a giant of a man. They might be like, he might have a candle cock.
It's all good, but
I wonder what they do during 4th of July, if they've ever had any fireworks, like, if they've ever pulled any fireworks out of somebody's ass.
I'm sure they Roman could put that cannon right there, man.
A Roman candle shoved in your butt.
They could be the launching post for those big, huge.
I did see a video. These guys, and it came with a story on one of the weird news things that I was looking at, and a guy was laying down on the golf course on the tee box and pulled his pants down and had his buddies tee up the ball. They put the tee in his ass.
Oh, God.
And the guy couldn't clench it in his cheeks, and he said, just put it in my butthole.
Oh, God.
This motherfucker hit the ball off his ass and broke the tee off in this guy's ass and destroyed his butthole with a tee.
Oh, God.
And, yeah, like 2 hours of surgery later, this guy's butthole will never be the same. Oh,
that's just, I imagine there were a few beers involved in that one.
I hope.
Better have been some beers, fucking meth lab, fucking,
that is meth up.
Yeah, that's it. Well, Kev, what do you got?
So, I got a little, kind of something I want to point out here. Okay. It's been bothering me. I've had a little time to look over the Twitter sphere, and a couple of things that have been bothering me. Number one is these, we're all Generation X, right?
Yes, we're Xers.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to read you this chick named Chanel on Twitter. She's got it fucking down. Okay. And then I've got a fucking point to this. So she says, good luck coming for Gen X. Every last one of them can fight. They put them into training at age 2, handed them keys to the house at age 4, and had them cooking by age 7, and with neighborhood jobs at age 9. Everyone over the age of 42 got some sort of story that starts with them fixing breakfast for school and ends with some wire-like shit going down. They were escaping kidnappings, taking 5 subways solo at age 7, like y'all. She's a exennial, whatever the fuck that is. These people are built for survival. I'm just saying that if I had to pick a fight with the generation, I'm not fighting with these folks. We're out here ironing their They were out here ironing their uniforms at age 5 and had 15 ways to get out of bloodstains so their mom didn't get mad at ruining their good clothes. They the fuck around and find out generation. Now, I told you that story to tell you this story. I'm perusing Twitter now. I'm not going to name any names because I don't do that. Anyhow, I'm perusing through Twitter, and I see this gentleman who says that he needs a break. And I'm not jiving on mental health. Everybody needs a mental health break. What I'm jiving with is, why would you put this on fucking Twitter? And he needs a mental health break from Twitter. Not from like life, but from Twitter. Okay. Now, us being Generation Xers, if we would have had Twitter when we were in high school, I was in high school in 1990. Okay. If we would have Twitter when we were in high school and put on there, hey, I need a mental health break from Twitter, the first fucking comment would have been, pussy. Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
Right.
That was the first fucking comment.
yeah.
Anyhow, I just wanted to.
I actually
point that
was
out.
that a tweet or something? I saw that.
Yeah, it's from Chanel at Chanel Little.
Yeah, I actually saw that online. And I was like, wow.
What,
I mean,
the
she ain't
Gen
wrong.
X one? The Gen X one or the other
Gen
one?
X one. No, the Gen X
Yeah,
one.
I think it was like on one of the news feeds or something that popped up. You know, like your
Yeah.
follower or whatever you pops up earlier. But
Yeah. So that's my little soapbox here. I got a pop quiz for you guys. You ready?
oh,
Ooh,
nice.
I love these.
Got a little pop quiz for you. All right. So we're gonna do a little movie pop quiz. Now, the easiest thing to stump you guys on would be movie quotes. I'm not going to do that to you. Okay,
I
this is a
don't know
different
if
type.
I don't know if that's true, but anyway, go ahead.
I've been sitting in front of a TV for 8 fucking days. You'll lose.
Okay, you got me there. Maybe.
All right. So we all know that the people who played like the big roles, like Tom Cruise's Maverick, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But for a certain number of those roles were turned down by another major actor.
I like
And
this.
we're going to go through them, a couple of them here real quick. Excuse me. Forrest Gump was played by who?
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks.
Do you know what major actor turned it down?
I've actually seen this before, but I don't know if I actually remember. But there was, was it Matthew Damon?
Nope. St. Joe?
I'm going to say Redford.
Negative. Now, since you both got it wrong, I'm gonna give you another movie that this guy was in as a hint.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna go with Face Off.
John
Really, Nick
Travolta?
Cage?
John Travolta turned down Forrest Gump.
Oh wow,
John Travolta.
All right.
Travolta.
We remember Reese Witherspoon in Legally Blonde.
Yep.
Yes.
What original Fox sitcom actress turned down that role?
Pamela Anderson.
Negative. That's a good guess, though.
I don't know her name. The chick from Legally Blonde. No, she's got to be blonde. That wouldn't make sense.
The chick from what?
I was going to say the redhead from that '70s show, but it wouldn't make sense because she's a redhead.
You're forgetting a show called Married with Children, and it was turned down by Christina Applegate. Here's where it gets interesting. Pretty Woman. Richard Gere was in it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Who was originally cast as that part? This is gonna kill you. This dude has probably been in the most bad movies ever.
Was a bad guy, huh?
Bad movies.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd?
No, think older. Like this guy is deceased now. I believe. I think he died.
God, I hope he did. If not, this is funny. Let's see.
Yeah. All the chicks that this dude's gotten, he should have died from some STD. You know, made famous for driving around a Trans Am.
Burt Reynolds?
Correct. Burt Reynolds turned down that role.
Burt Reynolds.
Wow.
All right. Hey, St. Joe, do you remember a very romantic movie called The Sirens of the Rams?
Silence the Rams.
The Sirens of the Rams. It starred Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling. Do you know who turned down that role to be in a Batman flick?
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's correct. You guys seen The Matrix, yeah?
Yes.
So Keanu Reeves is Neo, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This guy turned down that role to be in a movie with a big spider.
With a big spider.
Yeah. He also likes to go up on stage and slap people.
Will Smith?
Really?
Will Smith.
Wow, I did not know that one. Surprises me.
Have you guys
Will
ever seen a
Smith
movie
could
called?
have been Neo? Wow.
Yeah, he turned it down. Have you guys ever seen a movie called Titanic?
Yes, one
Yeah.
time.
Spoiler
Fuck Rose,
alert.
by the way.
Yeah. Fuck her. Spoiler alert. Boat sinks. Kate Winslet plays Rose DeWitt. I won't get off the fucking door, Bucator. And that was turned down by this actress because she did not care for Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, that could be a lot of people.
God.
Which is kind of funny.
Scarlett Johansson.
No, you're close. This person was also in the same Marvel movies with Scarlett Johansson.
I'll say I've heard this tie-in before. I don't remember.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yep.
All right. The original Footloose starred Kevin Bacon as Ren McCormack. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This guy turned down this role to be in another big movie that I can't say. It'll give it away. All right, I'll give you the movie that he filmed other than Footloose was a movie called Risky Business.
Oh yeah, Tom Cruise. I was going to guess
Tommy.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, Tommy.
All right. And the last two are deal with the same actor who actually got the part. There's a movie you may have heard about. 1977 movie called Star Wars came out, and co-starred a guy named Harrison Ford. He played the part of Han Solo, and that part was actually turned down by another actor who wanted to go film a football movie instead.
Football movie instead. He went to do The Longest Yard.
That is correct.
I don't know. I know the movie. I can't even think of what his fucking name is.
Well, The Longest Yard. Well, that's got Burt Reynolds in it again.
That's correct. It was turned down by Han Solo. Was turned down by Burt Reynolds.
Wow.
Okay, and the last one
fucker turned down some shit.
The last one, this was actually cast, and had this person been available because of a TV show that he had signed a contract to start filming. If he had not signed that contract, we would have had a different Indiana Jones. Do you know who the guy is that signed the contract for a major TV show, which went on to be very successful? And this guy's a successful actor, but he was signed to be Indiana Jones. He was George Lucas's and Steven Spielberg's first pick.
Harrison Ford.
No. Harrison Ford got the role.
Oh,
Tony Danza.
No.
Oh, that was a good guess.
This guy's TV show had him driving around Hawaii in a red Ferrari.
Tom Selleck.
Tom
the
Selleck.
Mustache.
Tom Selleck was Indiana Jones?
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
I've heard some of these movies that they actually started filming and shit, and then they had to pull out.
That's very interesting.
Probably the most famous one that I didn't even put in here because it's so commonplace. In the movie Back to the Future, they actually filmed at least half of the movie with Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly.
That is true. I remember that.
I mean, it's on YouTube. You can watch the Eric Stoltz cuts, and they just weren't funny like they were with Michael J. Fox.
Yeah,
and they were, dare I say, shaky.
Oh
wow! I think my favorite Eric Stoltz character is in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
you mean You mean I got to stab her in the chest like 3 times?
Hey, who's that? Who's that? Is that the chick out there with a shit in her face? No, that's my wife.
Oh.
Yep.
Quentin
All right,
Tarantino
Eric,
has made so many
wait,
good movies.
isn't? Oh no, wait. Eric Stoltz. Isn't he Rocky in the
in the
Mask?
mask. Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
he is.
Kev,
That
because
might be
I
my
know
favorite
you.
Eric Stoltz movie.
I know you're like super Star Wars fan.
Yep.
I'm a lover of Star Wars. I don't know if I have as much fandom as you do, but I finally a couple of weeks ago. I know the Beebs finished it up this last week with his family, and I finished it up last couple of weeks ago. Was the Obi-Wan series that they
Yep.
did? Was the 6? Was there 6 episodes?
Correct.
Um,
6.
I don't know if this is bad, but I almost want to say that those 6 episodes and that storyline might have been my favorite out of. And I hate this because it's the Disney line, but more than any other of the spinoffs for sure,
Right.
was my absolute favorite. And I think it was just because of how much of the tie-in to the entire saga they've been able to tie into that one character in those 6 episodes. I mean, I was blown away. I thought it was incredible. Every episode I fucking loved.
You know, when you follow it as closely as I do, you tend to not enjoy it as much as, like, you know, somebody who's never seen it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and just knows who Darth Vader and Obi-Wan are. But I thought, from an aspect of watching it, I thoroughly enjoyed that series. I thought, from a canon point of view, it didn't fuck too much up, a little bit, but not much. It answered some questions. It tied into things that, you know, those guys say in the movies coming up, and it had some callbacks to Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones. I thought the fight scenes were really, really well choreographed. They made both of them look like a badass. Both of them. You know, they did that really well, where you got very angry Vader and you got very powerful, you know, sooner or later, very powerful Obi-Wan. You know,
I thought it was awesome how they, because for me, somebody that hasn't dove into it as much, and I know that they mentioned and they talk about the Grand Inquisitors in the cartoon or comical series, animated series,
Star Wars Rebels,
but when they get off and they start, because some people might not realize, some people, and I was talking to the Beebs about it, because he always felt, and I can understand why he felt this way, that there was always only 2, Sith Lords or whatever,
a master and an apprentice,
and they didn't, and it led to maybe a lot of people that didn't realize there was a lot of Jedis that turned to the dark side, and they were all part of that Inquisitors, right?
Let me be clear: the Inquisitors are not Sith; they're Inquisitors. They are dark side.
So they're the dark side, right?
But the true Sith is a master and an apprentice, started by Darth Bane a long fucking time ago, and a master to embody the power of the Sith, and a apprentice to crave it. And the only way you can become the master is if you kill the master. So that's its sign. So they are, and they do not work. The Inquisitors do not work for the Emperor. They work for Vader. Vader was tasked in hunting down the remaining Jedi and killing them, because those of you who think that all of the Jedi were killed in Revenge of the Sith in Order 66, that's incorrect. And to give you an example, 2 of those people that were not killed were Yoda and Obi-Wan.
Yep.
And then if you want to go further, this is stretching it, but Luke and Leia. Anyhow, but the Inquisitors were basically fallen Jedi, that didn't want to be killed. So, hey, they joined this group.
That's what I gathered from it.
Yeah.
But, Vader, he's Sith, right?
Correct. He is the apprentice to
Darth Sidious.
Yeah.
I really, hey, just, for people out there listening, I really think that we could do a really cool episode on this. If people want to hear a Star Wars episode, I know there's plenty of podcasts out there that do it, but I think it'd be great. I think it'd be fun. And, maybe it'd be a little reprieve for people that get tired of listening to me talk about bullshit. But it'd be fun.
Yeah. What do you think, St. Joe? If one is to understand the great mystery, one must study all of its aspects, not just a narrow dogmatic view of the Jedi.
True.
Did
you know that there used to be a podcast it was called the Vader podcast?
Yeah.
And it was a guy that I guess he spoke in the whole thing. It was in the voice of Vader.
That's
or
awesome.
his rendition of it. But it ended, I was trying to find it, and the last episode was in 2020. And I don't know if he just got tired of it or didn't get enough, whatever. Everybody's been there, but it was. I was like, that'd be pretty cool. I can't do the Vader voice, but that'd be pretty badass.
The only Star Wars podcast I've listened to 2 or 3 that have done the review on Obi-Wan, and I can't get through them because they just simply don't know as much about Star Wars as I do. But now that's podcasting, which is done by one of the producers of the animated series, The Clone Wars.
Uh-huh.
That's really good if you want to understand like continuity and things like that, because my only problem with Obi-Wan is that now it sets up a minor plot hole of why doesn't Leia remember him? Because now Leia should remember him when she goes after him in A New Hope. So that's my only issue with that. I thought it set up the fight in A New Hope, very good, but it could be, something could happen further with post-traumatic stress and she doesn't remember,
Or
being kidnapped is pretty traumatic.
Couldn't somebody Jedi mind trick her into not being able to remember?
They could, or they could do the Superman 2 where he kisses her and she forgets everything. I'm just not. I don't know. Now we're bringing DC Comics into this. That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother fuck up. But no, I really, actually, I loved the series. I thought it was pretty badass how badass Luke's, I'm sorry, how badass
Uncle
Owen.
Yeah.
And his wife, I can't remember what her name is, but
her name is Baru.
Baru
Lars.
They were badass in there.
It gave them some context, yeah. Other than being barbecued in A New Hope.
True.
I
wonder if has anybody done where's the best place to go find the updated list of, I know somebody's done it, of the best way to watch the entire thing to understand it the best and actually get the story the way it should be told?
Well, so that's a point of contention with me of the order. Let's just take the movies in major story lines, because if you've never seen Star Wars before and you don't start with episode 4 and go 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 7, 8, 9, like the way that they were released.
Uh-huh.
If you don't do that, if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's the incorrect way, because if you don't start with 4 and go 4, 5, 6, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, then you are missing out on possibly the greatest twist in cinematic history. Because if you start with 1, you already know he's the father.
Yep, you're right.
So that twist is gone if you start with a Phantom Menace. That's my only thing. To understand it, you could probably just watch, the movies and be fine with it. I think probably a very good movie to watch. Rogue One is an excellent movie. Solo, I thought it was fun. I wouldn't call it an excellent movie, but I thought it was fun. But
they got plans to do spinoffs on each character. Because they could do these character series and get a fucking shit ton of, cinematic or whatever gold.
I think that was the plan. And I think Solo didn't do that great at the box office, so they slowed it down for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the Disney Plus thing. You can get to more people. Yeah, you're
it.
not making as much money, but yeah, you can get to more people. I thought it was smart that Disney went away with the free trial. Because people get the free trial, watch The Mandalorian, and then get off. So, yeah. How about some stupid tweets?
St. Joe's asleep.
No.
All right, wake up, St. Joe.
He's like, these fucking geeks.
I'll go on all night about Star Wars. All right, stupid tweet number one. We got a few here. Okay, I'm just telling you this. Stupid tweet number one. I got fired from my job because I kept asking my customers whether they would prefer smoking or non-smoking. Apparently, the correct terms are cremation and burial.
Oh wow! Wow.
All right. My 72-year-old mother just informed me she is going to her first sex party and doesn't know what to bring. After some delicate questioning, gender reveal, Mom. It's called gender reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
This one personally is my favorite because I have a dark, very, very dark personality, borderline, serial killer. All right, so Ashley writes, instead of paying $200 a month on cable, buy a plane ticket. Go see what you're watching. And the next person says, what plane goes to Bikini Bottom? And then the next person says, Malaysia Flight 370, if I remember correctly.
Oh, God. Jeez.
That's awesome. Oh, God.
That's funny.
Emma writes, a shark could swim faster than me, but I could probably run faster than a shark. So in a triathlon, it would all come down to who is the better cyclist.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh, that is bad.
Here's one for you, St. Joe. There should be a zoo of drunk white people doing stupid shit. There is. It's called Florida.
I do like that one. I do like that one.
This guy who calls himself Erectums says, what's that mouse called from Stuart Little?
Wow. He is stupid.
What tweet was it that one time that had us fucking stupid? Oh, it was obituary. Yeah. Okay. This one's along those same lines, and ironically, it's about a funeral. Given a blowjob at a funeral, call that top of the morning.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Kira writes, imagine if men had to breastfeed babies using their cocks.
Oh my God.
I think we have a winner here, folks.
Oh, God.
That was the last one. So, Stupid Tweet of the Week brought to you by the Stupid History Minute. 140 episodes now streaming wherever you download podcasts. Kara writes, imagine if men had to breastfeed babies using their cocks.
That's just terrible.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Good Lord. They don't have a room for that. What would you call that? That's not a lactation room. What is that? What is that?
I know what it's called.
That's
It's called the confession.
Well, St. Joe, imagine if
how do you do that in church? I gotta go feed my baby.
What if you had some Velcro stuck down there?
Oh God! How do you do? Oh my God! That's just terrible. What are you doing? Well, Junior's hungry. put a blanket over your lap. Good Lord. Oh, hang on a second. Oh,
God.
Wow. That's a visual.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. That's that's a good one. Wow.
So until next week, God damn. Oh,
remember what?
I can't even think straight after that.
Speaking of sucking cock, let's listen to the 2 Penny on Friday. Don't forget to listen to the 2 Penny on Friday.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to talk about feeding babies.
Oh, that's crazy.
I told you they were a little dark.
God.
A little. Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, from Malaysia Flight 370, which they should find that tattoo guy. He could have found the plane. They ever find that fucker?
No.
They're playing. Wow.
Oh, God. Jesus
That
Christ.
sucks.
Get me out of here.
That's funny.
All right. St. Joe, where can they find you?
I'm still St. Joe, UNFpod.com, wherever the hell it is now. I can't even think.
He's like, I wonder how many babies I can fit on my dick.
What if you had twins?
God. You got to bring in your buddies to help you feed. hey, Kev, can you come over so we can feed Timmy and his brother John?
He could probably fit slight amount more than the altar boys.
Oh Lord!
Wow.
Jay, what you got going on with 2 Penny other than talking about your sex story?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be something regurgitated right off of this podcast. Don't worry.
You're going to turn the fucking microphone on.
Let me just say this. It'll suck. I promise. It'll be a horrible episode.
All right. And he's at the 2 Penny on Twitter. I'm at KebLibs, KEBLIBES. We're all at UNFpod.com. The _UNF_pod on Instagram, and at UNFpod on Twitter. For Jay, for St. Joe, my name is the Keb. We will catch you guys next week.